Every time petrol prices rise, every country starts watching one organization. An organization so powerful that its single decision can impact inflation, economies, airlines, elections, transportation, almost everything. That organization is OPEC. But now, one of its richest and fastest growing members, the UAE, is slowly moving away from it. But why? Why would a country leave the world's most powerful oil alliance? And could this be the beginning of the end of OPEC? Let's understand why UAE is moving away from OPEC in this episode of Date This Side. OPEC was created in 1960. At that time, Western oil companies controlled most of the global oil businesses. Oil producing countries realized that we have the oil, but the others control the profits. So countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and Venezuela came together and formed Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. Their goal was simple: control oil production together so they could control the global oil prices. Because oil follows a very simple rule: if supply goes down, prices rise. If supply increases, prices fall. And since the entire world runs on oil, OPEC became extremely powerful. In fact, during the 1970s oil crisis, OPEC showed the world how much power energy really gives. Economies struggled, fuel prices exploded, inflation surged globally. That was the moment when the world understood oil is not just energy, it is geopolitical power. Every OPEC country produces oil, but the organization sets production quotas, meaning each country gets a limit on how much oil they can produce. Why? Because if everyone produces too much oil, then the prices fall. So OPEC works as a balancing system. When prices fall, they reduce production. When prices rise, they sometimes increase supply as well. And among all the members, Saudi Arabia acts as the unofficial leader of OPEC because Saudi has too much or enormous oil reserves and massive influence. But this is where the UAE problem begins. The United Arab Emirates is no longer just a small Gulf country dependent on oil. Today, the UAE is becoming a major finance hub, a tourism giant, logistics center, global investment power, and now even an AI and technology center. At the same time, the UAE has invested billions of dollars into expanding its oil production capacity, meaning it can produce much more oil than before. But OPEC quotas stop them from doing it. And from the UAE's perspective, why should we spend billions of dollars when we are not allowed to use it? This frustration has been growing on for years. The UAE also feels that OPEC decisions are highly influenced by Saudi Arabia. And while Saudi Arabia wants to keep oil production tighter to keep the prices high, the UAE sometimes wants flexibility. This creates tension inside the alliance. Not because they hate OPEC, but because national interests are becoming more important than cartel unity. The story is actually bigger than just the UAE because the entire global energy market is changing. Today, the US has become a major oil producer. Renewable energy is growing, electric vehicles are increasing, and countries are already preparing for a future beyond oil. So, all the oil producing nations are asking itself, should we maximize profits now before the world changes? And that changes OPEC's internal dynamics. Countries are becoming more competitive, and everyone wants more market share, more revenue, more geopolitical influence, which slowly weakens the idea of collective control. If major members start prioritizing themselves over OPEC, the entire cartel loses its power. And for decades, OPEC controlled one of the world's most important resources. But today, the world is changing, energy is changing, and even oil alliances are changing. The UAE's growing frustration shows one thing very clearly. In geopolitics, alliances survive only as long as national interests align. And maybe the future of oil will not be controlled by just one organization anymore. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you enjoy watching our content, please do subscribe to the channel, because we are going to break down geopolitics and economics in a way that makes sense for all of us. See you in the next one soon. Till then, stay happy, stay diplomatic. This is Dev this side, signing off. Peace.